The dates that appear on trademark records and on patent records come from the date templates that you set up in Preferences. You set up trademark dates on this page, and you set up the patent dates on this page. Trademark dates are specific to each jurisdiction, and patent dates are specific to each jurisdiction and patent type. Riva Trademark comes with some jurisdictions pre-configured, but we're a software company and not a law firm, so you should definitely check the date templates and then customize them to fit your individual practice. On the left side of the page, you'll find a list of master dates. These are all the dates that you would use in any jurisdiction. We use a master list so that you can track the same date, such as the renewal date, across multiple jurisdictions. To add a new date to the master list, go down to the bottom of the list and give the date a name. So we'll add two new dates to our master list: Office Action Issued and Office Action Response Due. By checking this box, we've added Response to Office Action Due to the list of dates that will show up on the alert screen, which we'll cover later in the tutorial. If you check this box, you're telling Riva Trademark to generate an automatic email for any trademark where this particular date is coming due. The emails are sent to trademark contacts who have a position on the trademark that means they should receive the emails. For example, in our list of positions, we've set it so that the responsible attorney should receive email alerts. Since you probably don't want your attorneys to receive an email the same day a critical date is due, you can tell the program to send the email ahead of time by entering a value here. So for Response to Office Action, we're telling the system to send an email to the responsible attorney 14 days ahead of the due date. To create the email alert for this particular date, click this link and then type the alert message here. To create the merge fields, you can just choose them from these drop-down lists. If you drop in the field named Trademark Date, it will display the due date value for this date when you merge the email. You can also use the drop-down list to create a subject line for your email alerts, like this. To move a master date up or down on the list, click this option and then use the arrows to move the date up or down. You can also move a date or a block of dates by dragging through the record selectors over here to select the dates, then grab any one of the selected dates, and then drop those dates somewhere else in the list. The dates you're moving will end up appearing before the date where you drop them. To move one or more dates to the end of the list, drag them and drop them below the last record in the list, like this. To delete a date from the master list, click this button. But if you try to delete a master date that's been added to a jurisdiction, the system won't let you. In this case, you would first have to remove the date from any trademark where it's been applied, then remove it from any jurisdiction where it's been applied, and finally remove it from the master list. It's a lot of steps, but we designed it this way on purpose to make sure that you don't accidentally destroy the date information on dozens of trademarks. You can use the date names that came with Riva Trademark, or you can change them to match the terminology you prefer. And if you do, that change will be reflected throughout the system. In addition to adding dates that are required by the various jurisdictions, you can also add dates that are particular to your practice. For example, it may be your policy to send a renewal reminder before a renewal is coming due. And for patents, the steps are exactly the same. To add master dates to a jurisdiction, first make sure you've selected the jurisdiction you want to update, and then click this option. Then select the date or dates, and after selecting them, click this button to add them to the jurisdiction. You can move dates up or down in the jurisdiction list just like you did for the list of master dates. For patents, you can set up a date template for each jurisdiction and each patent type. In the USA, for example, utility patents require a date schedule that includes maintenance fees, while design patents have a shorter lifespan and don't require maintenance fees. For both patents and trademarks, you can create email merges that are specific to the date and the jurisdiction. You can create those merges by clicking this link and then creating the text you want in the pop-up form. The date-specific merges are useful for generating emails that keep your clients up to date on a trademark or patent's progress. So as you can see here, there's a drop-down list for adding contact fields to the date-specific emails. The drop-down list of date fields for these emails will produce the actual date values for these dates when the email is merged. The date names are the same as in your date template, but with the spaces removed. And once again, you can use the same drop-down fields to create a custom subject line for the date-specific emails. Here's an example of using a date-specific email to send an email to a client. If the text is going to be mostly the same for a date-specific email in another jurisdiction, then you can just copy it, change jurisdictions, open the text for the same date, and paste it in. Then you can change whatever part of the text should be different. From this point forward, setting up the specific date templates for patents and trademarks are somewhat different, so we're going to deal with them one at a time. If your firm or company only deals with trademarks, you can skip the section on the patent date options. And if you only deal with patents, you can skip the section on the trademark date options.